Here's another trail cam that I'm going to review. It's kind of a sequel to a previous one that I did, and that is that this is the SV-TCQW, W for Wi-Fi. Has a nice little picture of your phone on here. One thing let me say right now, this is always a problem that a lot of people have, is that this is not using the Wi-Fi from your house, from your router, anywhere else. It's all built between your phone and the camera itself, using the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi on there. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go through what comes in the box, and then I'll go over what some of the things that it can do and resolutions and such like that. Show you a few of the photos and videos, and then we'll go into how the Wi-Fi function works and the app that you download for it. Super simple to use. Anybody can do it, and proof in the pudding is I did it. So let's see what it starts off with. Well, first of all, the box comes with the typical stuff that you would find, in that it has a strap for putting around a tree, and the mounting hardware. You can put it into drywall or on a foundation like this. I'll show you what I end up doing. And then it actually has the USB, using this type of USB on here. Some of the newer ones that are coming out with USB-C, which is like an oval here. This is using the middle one. These are USB-B, I think, or is it C? I mean B versus A. So here's our unit here, and we'll go over the book as we go along. And we're starting off with a 90-degree camera lens on here. Now, what this can do for us is allows the items to appear to be a little bit closer, but less field of view on that. I use this like when I'm looking at a bird's nest, or I have a defined area that's usually fairly close up. It gives me a better, sharper video of that versus the typical 120 degrees, which goes out further. So know that in advance. Given this is a small unit with a small number of LEDs, you're going to be going a little closer anyway. And the detector is also at about 90 degrees. This is an extremely fast detector, and I'm going to show you some pictures and what you can do about making do with that. I have this on a unit because I just set mine up like this inside of a milk carton, because I check on every day, and it works out really nice. So obviously it has a tripod mount right here, and this unit only takes 4 batteries. I'm using 1.5 volt lithium ion batteries. In other words, these are lithium ion, which normally are at about 4.2 or 3.7 nominal voltage, and it has a circuitry in it that brings it down to a steady 1.4 volts. I like this because you never have any situation where you're dealing with some of the batteries at 1.3, some at 1.4, and you might get inconsistent video on that. I really like this. The one problem you have with doing something like this is that when the voltage goes down below 1.5 volts, as far as what the system could put out, that cell shuts down, which basically breaks the circuit, and you have nothing. So a lot of cameras you'll have where the camera will either switch over to doing photos rather than video, or a shorter video, or dimmer light, or something like that as your batteries are dying, kind of giving you some hint. You get nothing on this. So I have a lot of activity around my house, and I found that I was doing hundreds of night videos that lasted 1 minute each, but it lasted about 5 weeks. So what I end up doing is every month I just go ahead and recharge these, and I've never really had a problem with this battery right here. Notice that you have really nice buttons on here, nice firm, a little bit of a click on there. One of the things it doesn't have a speaker, so you're not going to hear any beeping or anything like that. So while the unit does record audio, you're not going to hear anything in here, and it won't be playing back when you can play back the video and the photos that are in here right now. This uses the 32 card like I have in here, but it'll take up to 250 gigabytes, which is really handy when you're leaving this out in the outback, so to speak, for long periods of time, such as doing time lapsing and such like that, where you're going to be using constant voltage, or constant taking pictures. The LEDs are 850 nanometers, which means when you're looking at them, you're going to see a slight pink glow. The animals don't really care about this, but bad guys do. So if you're going to use this more for a security camera, you may want to get one that's at the 940 nanometers, where you really don't see much of the light at all. But the animals don't really care one way or the other. I even had white light LED cameras, and the animals don't even care about that. So some of the things that are kind of nice about this is this will actually do a time lapse, and it does it in two forms. One is a normal form, where basically it'll take discrete photos or videos and put them in a file, and you can look at them individually, or just put them in a program, jam all together. Or you can have what's called time-lapse video, where it will take all the photos that it took and videos that it took and put it into a video, so it automatically joins them together. This takes photos anywhere from 2, 4, 8, 12, 20, 24, and 32 megapixels, and the videos are taken in 72 and 1080p in the MP4 format on this, anywhere down from, I think, 5 seconds all the way up to 10 minutes on here. Now keep in mind that's going to burn up batteries a lot if you're doing it at night, and it'll kill them a lot sooner when you go up to 10 minutes. I've never really done anything at the 10-minute point. All my videos are done at 1 minute. I'm really looking at animal behavior, and I figure if they're around longer than that, the 5-second delay in between it rearming itself will give me ample time to take the video again if I really have an animal that's going to be there for a long period of time. So often you're going to get an animal that walks through and it's there and done within 10 seconds, but you've got another 50 seconds of nothing there that's just eating up your battery, eating up the space. Another thing that it'll do is loop record. Very similar in dash cameras, where basically you set it up and it will continue to record in the format that you have set up, and when it reaches the end, it just goes back to the beginning and starts recording over the old again on here. So this is very similar for dash cams. This unit uses a photo stamp that is automatically employed, and you can change the name on there, but that's about it, and you can't remove it for your photos. So it's always going to be on it, which I'll be showing you in the videos where the photo stamp is and what's on the photo stamp. When I actually make my wildlife videos, I go ahead and just edit that part out just a little bit so that I'm not being distracted by that. It's not just an extra step, but that's not a function they have in here. The infrared is actually in 3 different forms, in that, close, middle, and far. And the idea is, if you think a lot of your animals are going to be really far away, of course you put it in the far. But if your animals get really close, it gets washed out by too much light. So basically you want to set it for what you think that you're going to be looking for. I have my setup at, and that doesn't seem to be much of a problem when the animal gets kind of close. It doesn't get too washed out. So that works out pretty well for me. Oh, also I should go back to the videos on here. It's 30 frames per second, which is about the best that you're going to see in the trail cameras. Every once in a while you'll see some of the very higher end ones were 60 frames per second, which is nice for movement, when you see for animals that are flying and such like that. Now, let's go ahead and show you some of the video and photos that go along with this, and then we'll go on to how the app works. First is a 720 video. Notice that the action starts right away. The motion detection is very fast. Here's a 1080 with a similar response. This is the same thing that happens in the photos, and I'll show you how to get around that. Here's a night view, nice, sharp, and crisp. Notice the photo stamp at the bottom. This is a burst of photos, and I suggest using 5 of them. It takes the 5 before you even get to the middle of the photo. This is the Wi-Fi app. When you first click on it, it opens up to this page showing what other cameras you may have set up in the system. I have 2 cameras, so I use the front yard for this demonstration. And it starts to launch first the Bluetooth connectivity, which then shuts off the Wi-Fi to your phone, and then you get access to your camera. And this is what I first see. Now you'll notice that there's buttons at the bottom of a camera or a video camera to the left and a camera to the right. If you touch one of those, it'll take a photo or a video as appropriate and put it into your gallery onto the camera itself. And this is where I have one. I did this a little bit later on. It's a JPEG that I took using this function as a demonstration. Then when you click on the status at the bottom, you get all the things that will normally show up on your photo, the photo stamp. Also, how much memory you have left. You can see the quality of your battery, the last update, if there's any password, firmware, all that kind of thing like that. Clicking on the settings, you can modify any of the settings that you normally could do in the camera itself, as far as if you wanted to be taking photos or video or both, setting it to start at a certain time, what type of motion detection that you want, whether you want it to be sensitive or not very sensitive. And then here is a photo that I took of the camera using the app. And one of the big concerns a lot of people have is that it doesn't work at a distance. Well, this was measured out at 110 feet, and that's me standing back there. Another function is a map function, and what it will do is record where you are at that time, and when you shut down and reopen at another location, it'll show you where you were before also. This is really handy when you are out in the field setting up multiple cameras, and it'll help you find your cameras. I hope this review was helpful. If you have any questions, put them in the comments section below. Please remember to subscribe and share this video to help disabled animals with donated wheelchairs.